Here we do have a normal distribution, the continuous curve. The area under the curve is 1. This normal distribution is centered around 10, the mean is 10, and the average is 2. Please notice as we get close to the mean, there are a lot of observations, i.e. probability, whereas further we get away from the mean, the less area there is, the less probability. And also notice that here we have examined what is the probability of exactly 10. So the probability of 10 is exactly 0 because the point probability does not exist on a normal distribution. But what happens if we take the area of 1 standard deviation to each side? So it's 1, 2 out here and 1, 2 out to this side. We see that we have 68.3% of the area. 1 standard deviation to each side is 68.3% of the area. If we take 2 standard deviations to each side, we will see that we have around 95.4% of the area. This is a very important fact. 2 standard deviations is just above 95% of the area. And if we go for 3 standard deviations, we will have 99.7% of the area. And normally where you'll find this 3 standard deviations to each side is in the 6 sigma method, 3 standard deviations to each side. Now let's try to calculate what is the probability of 2 standard deviations to each side on this distribution here. We do it in Excel. So 2 standard deviations to each side is between 6 and 14. So let's go for Excel and say, okay, here we do have it. This is our normal distribution is centered around 10 and it has a standard deviation of 2. Let's calculate what the probability is between 6 and 14, both inclusive. So we do have for the English norm dist the value, the mean, the standard deviation, and always 1 because this must be accumulated. So here in Danish I write normal distribution, and I'll take 14, which is the upper. The mean is 10, the standard deviation is 2 and 1, and from that I have to deduct the lower, again normal distribution, and this is 6 and 10 and 2 and 1. So the probability of something between the 2 standard deviations is 0.954, which is exactly what we saw here. Please note that the probability of x equal to 10 is exactly 0. Excel will cheat you here, because if we write normal distribution and we write 10 and we write the average of 10 and we say 2 standard deviations and write 0 here, it will come up with a positive number. That is plainly wrong. Do never, ever, please, never, ever write a 0 here at the end. It must always be 1. Also notice that if I want to calculate the probability of 6 sharp less than x sharp less than 14, it is exactly the same value as this one, because the probability for it being exactly 6 or 14 is 0. So less than or equal to is the same as equal to.